To the week with Alex.
All right, we're looking ahead to October on Wednesday, but we're also sitting at 90 degrees at lunchtime in New Orleans with the dew point edging up a little bit after a break in the humidity this weekend. It's still not terrible humidity, especially if you're north of the lake. We still have north winds, but as we look ahead to what to expect for the next couple of days, at least through Wednesday, hot and sunny afternoons, very summery feeling unless you find some shade or another way to kind of stay cool and out of the sun. Still fairly nice mornings and evenings, though, as our humidity is not full-on summertime kind of levels. Our temperatures, though, pretty close to those summer levels at noon to already be around 90. That's very typical for summertime. Our feels-like temperatures, as I was showing you with that dew point edging up to 70 south of the lake, but still 60s north. That feels-like temperature factoring in that humidity, making it feel like mid to upper 90s. Today, we're looking for highs around 92, and that's well above average. The average right now is 86, so we're just kind of sizzling on these next maybe 3 days into the start of October Wednesday, and then temperatures should come down a touch. This evening shouldn't be terrible. Temperatures moving through the 80s, and we really don't look for much rain over the next several days, aside from maybe some toward next weekend or this upcoming weekend. Tonight, not quite as cool, but pretty pleasant. North Shore lows in the 60s, south of the lake 70s. And as I was saying, we're pretty dry through Wednesday. We'll nudge the rain chance up to about 20% Thursday and Friday, and then maybe 30%. Of these two, Saturday and Sunday, could fluctuate a bit as models aren't in great sync about what will happen this weekend. But it does look like we'll at least see high pressure that's been keeping us hot and dry and also blocking tropical systems from us. Looks like that'll be breaking down, and that could bring in enough moisture to bring some showers to our area for the weekend and maybe even late this week. So talking about the tropics, we continue with no threats here along the northern Gulf Coast. We just have high pressure in place. No systems heading our way at this point, but there are two obviously systems out in the Atlantic. Imelda really right over the Bahamas, tropical storm Imelda, and then we have Umberto category 4 after reaching category 5 status over the weekend on Saturday. Now here's Imelda. This is the one that's more of a concern for some of our southeast U.S. spots because you can see it's already kind of sending some rain over into the Carolinas. They may pick up to maybe 1 or 2 inches of rain for some parts of the southeast U.S. coast. But the big thing over the weekend is that models got in much better agreement with this really slow moving system at this point, getting picked up by some low pressure troughing and getting sent out to the east and northeast before contact with the U.S. Coastline. So no landfall expected, but as I was mentioning, some rain, high surf along the U.S. East Coast expected over the next couple of days, and maybe some other more minor sort of impacts. But it does look like it'll head out and actually might be more of a threat, possibly by that point, for Bermuda as a category 2 storm, and then continue farther out and eventually weaken over northern cooler waters in the Atlantic. This is Umberto, expected to slowly weaken, but you can see our European model showing what these systems might do. Again, we'll see some troughing here, moving this out to the east. The big high around which Umberto is moving is going to be breaking down, and then the two systems kind of just send themselves out to the northeast and get away from land areas, aside again from Imelda maybe threatening Bermuda later on. And there's that troughing bringing that out that way. Looking at our season so far, by the way, all of a sudden we've jumped ahead to Imelda. The next name would be Jerry and then Karen, but we're not seeing signs of that. Interesting, though, that the 3 hurricanes we have seen have all become major storms. Erin in August, and then Gabrielle and Umberto. Looking at the season overall, this is the average number for the named storms, hurricanes, and major hurricanes. We're below average for named storms and hurricanes by a little bit, but all 3 of those hurricanes have become major, so we're actually above average at this point in the season, all of a sudden again, for major storms. 7-day forecast shows no tropical threats here, but with more clouds and some rain around toward the end of the week, we should bring those temperatures back into the 80s.